Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and I'm excited because I think that today is going to be a really exciting day. So, let me share my screen so I can tell you all the fun things that we have planned for today. So, I spilled the beans to some of you, and a lot of you probably might know already, but you haven't said anything. But your parents and I have been keeping a little secret that today at 3, after our school time is over, we're going to be watching Because of Winn-Dixie together over Zoom. Okay. So I'm really excited. You guys deserve it. You've been working so hard, and normally we would watch this in class since we did the read aloud. But we can make it work. We're flexible. So we are going to watch it at 3 o'clock this afternoon together. Fingers crossed we don't have any tech issues, but I'm going to hope that it goes well. So that's the first exciting thing. The second exciting thing is that I am so excited about book club. So you're going to be getting started on that today. Again, you're reading 2 chapters for Sideways Stories today, but you can choose just one chapter to focus on. So for example, if you're the journalist and you need to write a summary of the chapter, you can just choose one of those chapters to write a summary on, okay? We have a lot going on today. We have our office hours, you have your Zoom session with Mr. Kirby, and we have our movie at 3. So I'm switching things up a little bit. Instead of our small groups that we normally have this afternoon, I'm going to switch those to tomorrow. And I know that people have things going on, so if you can't come tomorrow, that's okay. But our small groups are going to be tomorrow, same time, everything the same, just tomorrow instead of today. But at 1:30 today, when small groups normally start, I am going to have a math review session if you need help with telling time or time intervals that we're working on today. Okay. So we are going to have a 1:30 review session for math today for anyone who would like to join. And then your small groups will be tomorrow. Okay. Sound good? All right. Moving on. Today's digital journal question is, how does technology help? That one was interesting to me. So you can go ahead and read my opinion to find out about that. So like I said, we're reading chapters 13 and 14. Then you are going to watch my instructional video about book club. And then go ahead and I already told you to access book club. You're going to go to classwork and then book club, and you and your 3 other group members, so there's 4 of you total, you're on a shared document, so you're going to each fill out the 1 page that you have assigned to you. And then that last page, it's slide 5, I believe. Oh no, it might be slide 6 actually. I'm going to switch that. Slide 6 is where you can leave thoughts, questions, or compliments for your group members. Okay, so I want to see that filled out. I want to see you telling each other what you enjoyed or any questions that you may have. Okay, writing. You're using your rubric to edit your first draft of Should Animals Be Kept in Zoos? Now, I did not get that many of your rough drafts on Seesaw yesterday. I really take my time looking through those and giving you edits to help you make your paragraph even stronger today. But I didn't get that from many of you yesterday. So if you want to record yourself, today, I can go through that and hopefully get back to you to help you with your final draft tomorrow. But it's really important that you post that so that I can give you feedback. But if you did post to Seesaw, I should have feedback for you. Remember that you are adding a counter argument after your third reason. And so I just gave you the same videos from yesterday to go over if you need help with your counter argument and if you need to see my examples. Okay, I'm not giving you a whole first draft of me going through the rubric and editing it because I've done that for 3 weeks now and you guys know what to do, okay? Math, today is a little bit different. You're going to be measuring time intervals in minutes using different strategies. So what that means is it's going to give you a time, like it is 2:10, and it's going to say, what was the time 30 minutes before 2:10? And what was the time 30 minutes after 2:10? So I've given you a few different strategies in order to solve for that, okay? Mystery science. So today you're gonna watch the video, you're gonna learn about what friction is, and then you're gonna make a slide. So it's gonna tell you exactly what to do in the video, but I'll go through it quickly. So you're gonna stack some books up, and then you're gonna find a piece of cardboard like so. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, just something that you can prop up to make a slide. So you'll stack some books and then prop up a slide, okay? Then you're gonna find a few items in your house that look like this, like a bottle cap, some felt, small pieces of cardboard, if you have a little piece of sandpaper, a Lego, and notice how I chose things that are all very different surfaces. Some are rough, some are smooth, okay? And those are gonna be kind of like your little people going down the slide. And then you can even tape pennies onto the top to make the weight different for each of them, okay? So you are going to complete the try this page with that, and you're gonna explore a little bit with your these are called sliders, but you're gonna do the rest tomorrow, okay? So there's a second part to this lab that you're gonna do tomorrow. So after you go through the video on mystery science and you make your little sliders and find the slide and do all of that, you're gonna put away your materials and save it for tomorrow. Social studies, we will be practicing our readers theaters roles, so continue to do that. We are gonna do it next Wednesday so that Mrs. Booth can come. And then you have Mr. Kirby's Zoom meeting at 11 o'clock, all right? So that is that. We have a lot going on today. Okay, so try your best today, but I want you all to come to the movie. So work really hard up until the movie and then come join us. All right, let's get to reading. The Great Plan. So we left off with Sophie finding out that all of the giants were going to the school that she lived at with all of the girls, and she wants to save them. So we'll see what's gonna happen here. We've absolutely got to stop them, Sophie cried. Put me back in your pocket quick, and we'll chase after them and warn everyone in England they're coming. Redunculous and impossible, the BFG said. They is going 2 times as fast as me, and they is finishing their guzzle before we is halfway. But we can't just sit here doing nothing, Sophie cried. How many girls and boys are they going to eat tonight? Many, the BFG said. The flush lump eating giant alone has the most squawkling wopsy appetite. Will he snatch them out of their beds while they're sleeping? Like peas out of a pot, the BFG said. I can't bear to think of it, Sophie cried. Then don't, the BFG said. For years and years, I is sitting here on this very rock every night and after night when they is galloping away, and I is feeling so sad for all the human beings they is going to gobble up. But I has had to get used to it. There is nothing I can do. If I wasn't a titchy little runty giant only 24 feet high, then I would be stopping them. But that's absolutely out of the window. Do you always know where they're going? Sophie asked. Always, the BFG said. Every night they is yelling me as they go bottling past. The other day they was yelling, "He's off to Mississippi and Miss Sorry to guzzle them both." Disgusting, Sophie said. I hate them. She and the big friendly giant sat quietly side by side on the blue rock in the gathering dusk. Sophie had never felt so helpless in her life. After a while, she stood up and cried out, I can't stand it. Just think of those poor girls and boys who are going to be eaten alive in a few hours' time. We can't just sit here and do nothing. We've got to go after those brutes. No, the BFG said. We must, Sophie cried. Why won't you go? The BFG sighed and shook his head firmly. As told you 5 or 6 times, he said, and the third will be the last. I is never showing myself to human beings. Why ever not? If I do, they will be putting me in the zoo with all the jiggy raps and caterpillars. Nonsense, Sophie said. And they will be sending you straight back to the orphanage, the BFG went on. Grown-up human beings is not famous for their kindness. They is all skillful rotters and grink sludgers. That simply isn't true, Sophie cried angrily. Some of them are very kind indeed. Who, the BFG said. Name one. The Queen of England, Sophie said. You can't call her a squiffle rotter or a glink squunger. Well, the BFG said. You can't call her a squip pip or not much either, Sophie said, getting angrier and angrier. The flesh lump eater is longing dearly to guzzle her up, the BFG said, smiling a little now. Who, the Queen? Sophie cried aghast. Yes, aghast. Yes, the BFG answered. Flush Lumpeter says he's never eaten a queen, and he thinks perhaps says he has never eaten a queen, and he thinks perhaps she has an especially scrumdiddlyumptious flavor. How dare he? Sophie cried. There's a picture. But Flesh Lumpeter says there's too many soldiers around her palace, and he dursn't try it. He better not, Sophie said. He's also saying he would like very much to guzzle one of the soldiers in his pretty red suit. He's worried about those big black furry hats he's wearing. He thinks they might be sticking in his throat. I hope he chokes, Sophie said. Flesh Lumpeter is a very careful giant, the BFG said. Sophie was silent for a few moments. Then suddenly, in a voice filled with excitement, she cried out, I've got it! By golly, I think I've got it! Got what? Asked the BFG. The answer, cried Sophie. We'll go to the queen. It's a terrific idea. If I went and told the queen about these disgusting man-eating giants, I'm sure she'd do something about it. The BFG looked down at her sadly and shook his head. She is never believing you, he said. Never in a month of Mondays. I think she would. Never, the BFG said. It is sounding such a wonky tall story. The queen will be laughing and saying, what awful rup squash. She would not. Of course she would, the BFG said. I've told you before that human beings is simply not believing in giants. And it's up to us to find a way of making her believe in them, Sophie said. And how is you getting in to see the queen anyway, the BFG asked. Now hold on a sec, Sophie said. Just you hold on a sec, because I've got another idea. Your idea is full of crog-squoggle, the BFG said. Not this one, Sophie said. You say that if we tell the queen, she would never believe us? I'm certain she wouldn't, the BFG said. But we aren't going to tell her, Sophie said excitedly. We don't have to tell her. We'll make her dream it. That is an even more froth-bungling suggestion, the BFG said. Dreams is lots of fun, but nobody is believing in dreams either. You was only believing in a dream while you was actually dreaming it. But as soon as you was waking up, you was saying, oh, thank goodness it was only a dream. Don't you worry about that part of it, Sophie said. I can fix that. Never can you fix it, the BFG said. I can, I swear I can. But first of all, let me ask you a very important question. Here it is. Can you make a person dream absolutely anything in the world? Anything you like, the BFG said proudly. If I said I wanted a dream that I was in a flying bathtub with silver wings, could you make me dream it? I could, the BFG said. But how, Sophie said. You obviously don't have exactly that dream in your collection. I do not, the BFG said, but I could soon be mixing it up. How can you mix it up? It is a little bit like mixing a cake, the BFG said. You was putting the right amounts of all the different things into it. You was making the cake come out any way you want. Sugary, spongy, curny, Christmassy, or gropswitchy. It is the same with dreams. Go on, Sophie said. And that is where we're going to stop because this is a quite long chapter and you have got some work to do before we watch Because of Wind I See. So I will see you all at office hours at 10 o'clock this morning. Bye, everyone.